It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. Thank you so much for dialing it in. We've been having a lot of fun looking at the greater diaspora. Who's coming in, who's leaving South Africa, and what is driving that? Well, our next guest was born in South Africa and at a young age, I think around 8, moved to Europe with her family. Now, runner Carla Molinaro has found her home in Cape Town. And she's here with us to tell us a little bit about this journey, what it was like moving back to South Africa and what motivated those decisions. So great to have you here in the flesh, in person, Carla. Well, I want to say welcome back to South Africa. I know it hasn't just happened, but great to have you here.
We love that we get to have these conversations because you were about 8 years old when you moved to the UK. What was that experience like, and when did you decide, hang on, I want to come back to my roots. I want to make South Africa home again?
Yeah, so me and all my family moved to the UK when I was 8. So I don't know, we just kind of all got bundled in together at that point. I had my 2 brothers and 2 sisters and my mum, and we moved over. My dad came a little bit later. So yeah, it was a bit of a whirlwind, and we just kind of fitted into life in the UK pretty easily. And for me, I don't know, I'd always wanted to come back to South Africa. There was always this draw to come back here, but I didn't quite know where I wanted to be. I did a little stint in Johannesburg, 2018 to 2020, but when the world imploded.
For sure, yeah. Inverted.
Yeah. I decided to go back home to my family, and then, yeah, last year started my journey to figure out where I wanted to be and ended up in Cape Town.
Cape Town, well, welcome here.
Thanks.
It's weird how so many people have had this about turn. We love the word pivot.
Yeah.
And it's easy to apply to a work sense because that speaks to a rule book. When it comes to your personal life and mapping that out, it's very difficult. Mm-hmm. What were you basing these decisions on? What were the motivators for you? Obviously, you're a runner and everyone wants to run here. Half the world comes here for that. So that aside, what motivated you? Why was this the right choice to make?
I actually didn't really know where I wanted to be. So last year I decided I could do my job from anywhere. So I went and lived somewhere new every 4 to 6 weeks. Oh. So just moved around the world.
Great.
And then I got to Cape Town in December. And after being here for about a week, I was like, I'm in. I was like, I'm not leaving. For me, being a runner, it's an amazing place to be. The running community here is insane, and I love food.
Say it proudly, girl.
Yeah,
it's okay.
If you're
allowed.
a foodie, like Cape Town, we are so spoiled. So the food and the running, I was pretty much sold.
It took my wife literally the trip from the airport. I said to her after we finished doing our season of Strictly, I was like, just come with me for a couple of days and see. By the time we had literally saw the mountain coming from the airport, she was like, okay, now I'll stay here for a while. We'll do it, yeah.
I love that you have come back to South Africa. Do you find that transition quite difficult for you? I mean, there are quite some differences in terms of lifestyle being in the UK and here in South Africa.
I didn't find it that hard. I think, luckily language isn't a barrier, so that's a very easy thing to kind of fit back into. I do have a lot of family still in South Africa. They're kind of spread out all over, so I don't really feel like I'm on my own with my immediate family, still being in the UK. And everyone here has just made me feel so welcome. I had lived in Joburg for a little bit, and, some people had said, oh, I'm not sure how friendly people are in Cape Town, but they are so friendly. It's crazy. I've just fitted straight back in without it being an issue.
Yeah, well, it's a very cosmopolitan city right now, which is amazing. Just very quickly, has there been a piece of advice that you were given, maybe a mantra that you repeat to yourself, something that's helped you through this process? And I'm speaking specifically to people who are in the midst of trying to make these decisions, maybe one foot in the UK or another part of the world and one foot in SA. What advice do you have for them?
I think you've just got to try and do it and just throw yourself in and see if you feel comfortable in the place that you move to. You're never going to know unless you try.
Just do it, yeah.
So, yeah, you just got to, just be brave. And I think for me, the easiest thing when I have been moving to different countries is find that thing that is your hobby and find a group of people that have a similar hobby to you, because it's the easiest way to make friends and get into a community.
Have a click, yeah. I love that.
So-
And running is the best thing to do for that.
Yeah.
Because wherever you go, there will be people running, but it makes you feel like a local. The second your foot hits the road, you are part of that landscape. So good to have you back here. Good luck. Enjoy embracing this new phase of your life. And thank you so much for opening a window into your journey.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Happy running.
Happy running indeed. Well, listen, if you want to be part of this conversation, we're going to now unpack what you had to say on social media.